Whether you're a rookie just jumping into the game, or a seasoned veteran with a collection of brawlers that would make anyone jealous, you've probably come across the term power creep at some point or another. This phenomenon has been stirring some trouble in the Brawl Stars universe. But don't worry, we're here to break it all down for you in a hopefully fun and engaging way. In today's video, we'll break down this phenomenon that has everyone on the edge of their seats and explore its impact in Brawl Stars along with players alike. Chapter 1. What the heck is power creep? Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly is power creep? In the gaming world, power creep is defined as a situation in which new characters, items, or abilities are constantly added, outperforming existing ones in terms of power or effectiveness. Imagine you've got a shiny new toy, and suddenly it outshines all your old toys because it's just better in every possible way. That's power creep. Games that have kind of experienced good power creep include Epic and Arknight, which are interesting and unique. Meanwhile, games with bad power creep include 7 Deadly Sins, Grand Cross, and Brave 9. Power creep is a typical difficulty in online games, particularly those that require growth, customization, and upgrades. It describes the situation in which new content or features render previous ones obsolete or unimportant, resulting in an imbalance and a loss of diversity in the game. As developers add new material, they frequently increase the power of new characters to keep players interested, causing previous characters to become less relevant or even ineffective. This in turn can create a cycle that feels frustrating to players as the game rapidly shifts under our feet. Suddenly, the brawler you loved and invested time into isn't cutting it anymore because the new shiny brawler can deal more damage, has better abilities, or just has the upper hand in the meta. Not exactly fair to those who have been enjoying their trusty old favorites, right? Chapter 2. A quick history lesson. Power creep isn't just a Brawl Stars thing. It's been a persistent challenge across various online games, especially those that follow a live service format. Think about it. We've seen it in MOBAs, card games, and even other battle royale games. Games evolve and adapt based on player feedback and the changing landscape of gaming itself. Some developers can navigate this tricky terrain with finesse, while others struggle. Since its inception, Brawl Stars has experienced power creep, pun intended. Initially, we had a very balanced cast of characters, but as more brawlers were added, inequalities began to emerge. Some brawlers were designed with different advantages that began to outperform earlier characters. New mechanics and synergies exacerbated the issue, as fans noticed that certain brawlers grew more desirable and effective when it counted the most. Chapter 3. Power creep in Brawl Stars. Now let's get into the juicy stuff. How power creep is present in Brawl Stars. If you dive into the game's roster, it's pretty clear that power creep has made its mark. As new brawlers are introduced, especially the mythical and epic ones, they frequently have unique skills and strengths that redefine what's understandable or even necessary for success. Who could forget the launch of brawlers like Lou or Jackie? Their abilities sent ripples through the gaming community, changing how we approach skirmishes and strategies in various modes. Take a look at some of the original roster, like Shelly, Colt, and Nita. They're solid choices with straightforward abilities. Now compare them to some of the newer faces like Sam, Gus, and Buster. Notice how the abilities of these new brawlers have more complex mechanics and seem to pack a bit more punch. Yeah, that's power creep peeking in. Brawl Stars is no stranger to power creep, particularly in terms of hypercharges and Piper's impact on the game's balance. In addition, the community was divided about Piper's role in power creep throughout the game. While some credit her powers and modifications, others believe that the brawlers had a greater impact. Some users defend Piper, pointing out how her standing has shifted from meta staple to niche role. They underline that Piper's changes were important to accommodate the changing gaming environment while maintaining balance. In another part, one glaring aspect of power creep is the competitive play setting. In tournaments, players tend to gravitate toward the most potent brawlers in the current meta. That's a classic example of power creep at play. You may find that a handful of brawlers dominate the scene, leaving favorites of the sidelines collecting dust. This creates a cycle where players feel compelled to switch main brawlers constantly to keep up, which can be taxing and less enjoyable. Chapter 4: The Rare Gems, Mythical and Epic Brawlers. Let's talk about the roster for a second. Brawl Stars has a diverse range of brawlers, from the adorable common characters to the super powerful legendary ones. However, we can't ignore the mythical and epic brawlers, which are frequently viewed as a double-edged sword. While they can be highly entertaining to play and bring new strategies, they are sometimes perceived as rarer than common or even rare brawlers. With the spotlight shifting to newer characters and their tremendous skills, these mythical and epic brawlers often struggle to find their place in the meta. This can be frustrating for players who either love these characters or have spent time and resources unlocking them, only to discover they can't compete with the latest challenges. Simply put, as developers focus on continuously introducing powerful new brawlers, some of the older mythical and epic ones risk slipping into obscurity, which is a disservice to the diversity that Brawl Stars originally had. When new brawlers are introduced with better abilities, they tend to be higher rarity, because, well, they're supposed to be special and harder to get. But with every new update, the pool of extremely powerful rare brawler grows, making it feel like these once rare instances are now the new norm. While the common and rare brawlers are starting to feel less special. Brawlers in the game are classified into numerous categories, one of which is Epic, which falls somewhere between Super Rare and Mythic. The alternatives in this category aren't as rare as the legendary brawlers, but they're also not as broad as the common ones. They're often very powerful, and you will enjoy playing them in various game styles offered in Brawl Stars. In 7th place of the Epic Brawlers is Colette. Colette is an intriguing epic brawler that you may utilize in Brawl Stars, and you'll really like her if you enjoy playing on the front foot. She can cause massive damage, and her time to collect super, along with a few regular strikes, can defeat any brawler in the game. You'll adore her in modes like Heist, where the damage she gives to special targets such as the Safe is doubled compared to her standard damage. As a result, you will be able to significantly reduce the Safe's health. Colette's health in the game is also really good. Moving on to the 6th is Angelo. Angelo has consistently been classified as a strong marksman, and those who prefer long-range combat will find them incredibly effective. The overall damage inflicted by Angelo depends on how much you charge the attack. A less charged assault will not be as dangerous, but a properly charged attack can deliver a devastating blow. On the 5th in the epic list is Gale. Gale is popular among the Brawl Stars community, and he is often regarded as the best controller in the epic category. He is well balanced, and his statistics, including health, damage, reload speed, and range, are excellent. Piper stands in 4th place. Piper is another marksman on the list, and she is one of the brawler's oldest characters. It's worth noting that she has one of the game's weakest health numbers. However, the fact that she can deliver incredible damage masks this. The 3rd is the beloved Frank. Frank is widely regarded as the best tank brawler in Brawl Stars, with the maximum health of any viable option in the game. Along with the amazing health stat, the brawler can deliver massive damage, up to 2,480 at full level. In 2nd place is Belle. Belle has been one of the most popular brawlers in Brawl Stars, and she is an important element of the game's meta. She is ideal for pairing with other brawlers, and her super is especially effective if your team works well with you. Essentially, Belle's super fires a spotting shot that labels the opponent as strikes. The mark opponent then receives additional harm from other sources. In the 1st is Barry. Barry is undoubtedly the strongest epic brawler in Brawl Stars, and he is an ideal fit for the support role. He has limited HP, but can do a lot of damage. Furthermore, he has the ability to heal himself and his teammates on a continuous basis. Chapter 5: Why Power Creep is a Big Deal. So you might be wondering, why is this a problem? Isn't it just a game after all? Well, it is a game, but it's also a community. When we have scenarios where certain characters dominate, it can lead to feelings of disenfranchisement among players. Imagine hopping into a match, excited to play your favorite brawler, only to be countered hard by a meta darling. It can kill the fun. Some players, like Master Dizio, express daily struggles to break free from the grips of Brawl Stars. Despite the frustrations, the addiction is real, preventing them from simply walking away. Another user, which I find difficult to pronounce, expresses concerns about the game's balance and lack of community interaction, casting doubt on the game's future. This sentiment is echoed by others who feel neglected by the developers. Players such as NightSocks302 and Rotting Fireball describe their tilt and irritation, creating a picture of endurance in the face of adversity. Whether it's losing trophies, struggling with power creep, or dealing with fury, Brawl Stars players' journey is fraught with ups and downs. Despite the emotional roller coaster, gamers continue through Brawl Stars' highs and lows. The addiction and frustrations are real, as is the community's determination. Power creep makes it really tough to keep the game balanced. When new brawlers are consistently stronger, the developers have to keep tweaking the game to make it fair. And that can sometimes lead to nerfing older brawlers, making veteran players feel shafted. One of the cool things about Brawl Stars is the variety of brawlers and playstyles. Power creep can reduce this diversity by creating a meta where only the latest and greatest brawlers dominate. Although Brawl Stars gives plenty of opportunities to earn brawlers without spending money, there's always that lingering worry that paying players can just buy their way to the top by getting the newest, most powerful characters. Moreover, it takes away from the game's inherent beauty: strategy. Brawl Stars thrives on thinking through plays and countering other brawlers' abilities. If players are pigeonholed into using a limited selection of powerful brawlers, it feels less like a choice and more like a requirement. In the long term, this can sour the experience, making it feel less diverse. Chapter 6: Supercell's Balancing Act and the Star Road Initiative. Okay, let's not just focus on the doom and gloom. There's hope on the horizon. Brawl Stars has recognized the looming issue of power creep and has taken steps to contain it. One of the most significant features introduced is the Star Road. The Star Road allows players to gradually unlock new abilities and enhancements for their brawlers, making it easier to keep pace with the ever-changing state of the game. The introduction of the Star Road is a great step toward ensuring that older brawlers remain relevant, giving them the potential to grow even stronger. Thus, players are encouraged to invest in a broader range of brawlers instead of just focusing on the hottest new releases. It's like getting a new lease on life for your unappreciated brawlers. Instead of feeling compelled to chase after the latest releases, players can experiment and have fun with brawlers they already love. By utilizing star power and Star Road mechanics, players can customize their brawlers even more, which adds crucial depth to the gameplay. This way, anyone can enjoy the game on their own terms. Brawl Stars is known for its thrilling yet difficult Star Road. User Sidesh8220 started an online conversation by asking fellow players how many years it will take to complete Star Road. The user revealed that they are a casual player, with 3 legendaries in queue to be unlocked, each costing 3,800 credits. Given the 1,000 credits a player receives monthly, and Supercell's ongoing addition of new brawlers, the endeavor becomes substantially more difficult. While several players expressed worries about completing the Star Road without financial input, optimism was not lacking. User LannisterCOC expressed hope, claiming that the addition of the credits has sped up the unlocking process and that plenty of brawlers are available via star drops. On the other hand, Star Road has also brought new opportunities. The Star Road makes it easier for players to target and unlock specific brawlers they want, rather than leaving it up to the randomness of brawl boxes. This helps players feel more in control and can reduce that frustration of constantly facing off against the latest overpowered brawlers. Also, Brawl Stars have kind of fixed its reward progress. It incentivizes progression and engagement with the game, ensuring that dedicated players can earn rewards without feeling forced to spend money to keep up with the power curve. Furthermore, by carefully designing the Star Road and its rewards, Supercell can manage the introduction of new brawlers in a more balanced way, potentially releasing adjustments and nerfs in real time based on player feedback and performance data. Chapter 7. Conclusion. Embracing change, loving the game. So there you have it, folks. Power creep is a complex issue, but it's one of the Brawl Stars has made tangible strides in addressing. While it's natural for new content to shift the balance, the most important thing is how developers respond to these changes. Players need to feel valued, and having the option to use a variety of brawlers keeps the experience enjoyable and engaging. The introduction of features like Star Road shows that the developers listen and care about creating a balanced and fun game environment for everyone. At the end of the day, we all want to enjoy our time in Brawl Stars, swinging and shooting our favorite characters while devising clever strategies. Let's celebrate the variety and uniqueness each brawler brings to the game. And as players, let's keep having fun. So, what do you think? How has power creep affected your experience in Brawl Stars? Do you have brawlers that you adore but find less useful due to the constant introduction of shiny new characters? Let the discussions roll on. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more happy brawling.